Good morning and welcome to Angels of Purpose Ministries, where we feed your soul food for your soul. And so today we are going to talk about our Let's Talk About It series. And so let's go ahead and get started. Let's do our declaration prayer. God, make me a distributor of your resources, an ambassador of overflow, and a vessel of your abundance. Say it 2 more times. God, make me a distributor of your resources, an ambassador of overflow, and a vessel of your abundance. One last time. God, make me a distributor of your resources, an ambassador of overflow, and a vessel of your abundance. All right. So let's get started here. All right, forward. Angels of Purpose, Let's Talk About It series. This is January 8th, 2026. Food for thought. How do you change your perspective and topic? Looking for the positive or looking for the good in people and in things and in situations instead of the negative. All right, so when we look at things in the world today, we can see it one or two ways. Things are so bad, or we can see an opportunity for change and to make things better, and all the great and good things that happen in your life and be thankful and grateful for them. Or you can see everything that didn't happen, everything you want, and everything you think you need. So, what I want to challenge you today to do is do like Jesus. When people were talking about the Samaritans or the woman at the well or anybody who they thought were beneath them or did wrong, don't look for what people are doing wrong. Today, look for what people are doing right. And from here on out, not just today, but every day for the rest of your life, look for what people are doing right and encourage them. Because, again, this is a time to turn over a new leaf, not to focus on the negative, not to focus on putting people down. Yes, we want to see how, where we are, right? Meet people where they are and help them improve. For instance, give you an example, school teachers, right? Can't just say positive all the time, but when students need improvement, you have to make a game plan and a strategy, and then you have to execute it to help the students to get better. Now, if we've tried just saying where people are wrong and talking about that and hadn't seen an improvement, so that means you need to do a change and do positive reinforcement, right? Or look at the positive and see the positive in people, and see what results you get. But definitely always, you want to balance things out. You don't want to keep harping on the negative, because if you look at that in life and in different situations, when you're harping on the negative, that gets people to do what? They're going to do one or two things. They're going to get upset, right? And they're going to come back at you, or they're going to just shut down, okay? They're going to get upset and angry, or they're going to shut down. So in light of that, we want to make sure that we don't have people shutting down, getting depressed, getting feeling like nobody understands them. So we want to find something positive, because everybody does something good, something positive, each and every day. Unless they're pure evil, the devil, right? There's something good in everybody. So we want to point those things out. We want to point their strengths out, not focus on their weaknesses. We can acknowledge their weakness in our head and get a game plan or strategy to encourage them to get better at what they do. But we want to be respectful of how we say things and what we say. When we say, we want to be more strategic and tactful, so that we don't, I don't want to say, so that we don't offend people and we don't push people the opposite way of the way we want them to go. So if you want people to have, or you want positive outcomes, then you have to put positive into the atmosphere. You have to put positivity into people. You have to feed people with encouragement. Okay. So we talked about encouraging, saying something nice about people and all of that yesterday. Today, we're going to say, look for the positive in people. So how can we train our minds to stop looking for the negative or looking for stuff to talk about, and to look for the positive? So A lot of people do, and we're talking about in a previous years or last year, people were focusing on what positive affirmations for themselves. What I want you to do is not just only focus on positive affirmations for yourself, but positive affirmations for other people based upon people are smart, they have gifts, they have talents in different things, right? So if somebody can draw well, but they may not read well or do whatever, right? You're not going to talk about or think about or say out loud or focus on with them that they can't read. You're going to focus on, hey, you're a great artist. Or you're great in graphic design, or you're great in this. Let's figure out how this can work to help you in the other areas, and help you come and be the best you can be. Right? So that's the kind of mindset we need to do. All right. So how can the person being an artist or a graphic relate to helping them improve in reading, or helping them improve on their outcomes at work, right? Maybe instead of being in sales, they should be in marketing, because they're very artistic and can come up with ideas to help promote things or whatever. So this is what we're going to look at. And when you focus on those positives, sometimes we have to do those self-examinations again too, to say, well, maybe we have people in the wrong positions or wrong placements in our companies or in our organizations. And we have to learn how to play to people's strengths. When we focus on people's strengths and not on their weaknesses, and build people up, then we won't have as many people being depressed. We won't have as many people shutting down and not talking. We will have people opening up when they know that we're not going to gossip about them, when they know we're not going to kick them while they're down, when they know we're not judging and criticizing them constantly every day. So this is what I have to do as well, right? Because if we ask other people to do it, we have to do it as well. So whether in the classrooms, whether on the jobs, when you have employees, or if you're an employee with your colleagues, make sure you focus on the positive and what someone is doing right. Don't harp on the negative. Sometimes that can be hard to do depending on your mindset. So you got to train your mindset and your perspective to see the good. So in your mind, before you go to work, before you go to school, whatever you may be doing in the day, before you head out to help people and be a blessing to them, think of the positive. Okay, this person is a great musician, or this person does this or that. Not necessarily that they may smell or may whatever. Another way to execute different things too. If someone has body odor or something like that, say, hey, I thought about you and this would be great. I thought, heard you say something about, you like this fragrance or whatever. Wanted to, buy this for you, just to say thank you for the great person you are, for all you do, in the community, in the church, or in the schools, or for being a great friend, whatever. So put a positive spin on things, right? Instead of saying, oh, you stink, you smell, or whatever, or instead of saying, this person is lazy at work. Okay, so if you think that, reframe it in your mind. Why is this person not motivated to get the results we need to get from them, for the team, for the company, or in the school? What makes or help this person become motivated? And then say, hey, how can we work together so that we all can be successful, so that you can get what you want, so it's mutually beneficial for everyone. And focus on that positive, not harping on, I think you're lazy, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. Say what they're doing right, and then make up a game plan and strategy of how everyone can work together to improve their KPI, right? Or to improve on their metrics, or to improve on their grades, or to improve on their scores and different things like that, okay? So that is the challenge today. Look for the positive, right? Focus on the positive, not on the negative, and do that from every day here on out. Have a blessed and prosperous day. Remember, be a distributor. Ask God to help to make you a distributor of his resources, an ambassador of overflow, and a vessel of his abundance. Again, God, make me a distributor of your resources, an ambassador of overflow, a vessel of your abundance. One more time, God, make me a distributor of your resources, an ambassador of overflow, and a vessel of your abundance. Train your mind to have positive thoughts about people and the actions and different things instead of focusing on the negative, and then your mouth will follow with how you say things and what you say. Have a blessed and prosperous day.